Ka-choy! Ka-choy, ka-choy, mic check, mic check. Ka-choy, ka-choy. Previously on Kimba TV. I mean, does this motherfucker know something we don't know? Or he just stupid? Stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it. Gotta be testnet, okay? It's gotta be testnet. You know, but you gotta get back inside. Type of shit. How we doing? Is this thing on? Is this thing on?
Latucci, motherfucker, the math is the math.
Let's go, Lions! Hey!
I'm juicing.
Hey! Hey! Yo! Akachaya! Hey! Are we the only ones juicing on shorts or what, dudes? Hey, are we the only ones juicing on shorts, Lions? Hey, why the fuck is everybody freaking out, y'all? Why the fuck are people freaking out? Oh, I got liquidated. How? You're not watching the YouTube highlights. People talking about the biggest liquidation since FTX. How? Good morning. What's going on? Let me load up the chat real quick. LTNG says, is out season started for you? LTNG, I did a surprise stream yesterday. Covered everything. So it's not too late. Definitely rewatch the highlights and get caught up, okay? Today's stream won't make sense if you didn't watch yesterday's stream. Yesterday's stream won't make sense if you didn't watch Friday's stream. Friday's stream won't make sense if you didn't watch Thursday's stream. So if you really care about what I think, you got to make sure you're caught up. Otherwise, I'm going to just assume that you don't care. It's just the way it is, brother. You know, if you really want to know how I'm thinking, all this is planned out really since pre-Christmas. We talked about, 105, 106 going to 85 for so long. It's just a matter of, are the levels going to hold? So, like right off the get-go, if there's anybody that didn't understand or doesn't understand that, we're just going to see if RTH holds, okay? When U.S. markets open in 15 minutes, if you want to be bullish, you can't lose this, okay? So wherever we open, if we open here, it's got to get back and go. If it opens here, it's got to dip and go. And if it's here, it's got to rip through the whole thing and go. That's it. We don't really have to complicate it too much. Losing $90,187.40 is going to take us to that 85. Mapeda says if it's bearish, then the last line of defense would be the 90 swing fail that we talked about yesterday and the day before. All right, but if 90 doesn't hold, then we're going to probably see like 70. All righty. Renee says, why don't you use contract adjusted for those gap levels? Renee, what does contract adjusted mean, and what does it mean for gaps? Would it change the authenticity of the gap? Yeah, just make sure you know what the contract adjusted means, and what you could even do anytime that you have a question, try to think about how can I answer it myself. So I would at least imagine that you went and looked at how gaps can change when you adjust for contracts. Have you done that? Turn on and off the contract adjustment and tell me how the gaps change. Yeah, and whether you would want the gaps to be adjusted or you would want to see it without the adjustment. Does that make sense? You always want to see the gap for what it is, so you don't want to adjust for contract. There's also a failed auction right there. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I mean, it's this level has been identified for so long that I'm not surprised one bit it's doing this. Look at the way that our levels are being respected. So, first wick off of the first golden line. Next arrival wick. So, this could have been where we longed, right? However, we didn't get structure change. So we wait for the next golden level right here. We get the first arrival candle. The second one stops everyone out. The third one is a higher low. Yeah, it looks good. And then the retracement comes to this gap level. This one comes to this level. It eventually gets resistance at the key level that we had. Yeah, it's just bing bong ding donging. So this is easy money. The only thing that if you're bullish, you just need to, turn gap into support. You lose gap, then you know exactly what I'm thinking. So, Specifisher says, what made you not take the 94 or 92 long? Did you watch yesterday's stream, Specifisher? What is there bullish about it? And I think I was pretty clear about how we should wait until RTH on anything. Yeah, but are you sure you watched yesterday's stream? Yeah, because I think you can kind of tell that I'm waiting for lower. Pussyfooting on the 91.5 long will be a valuable lesson. I think if you have a 91.5 long, that's a little bit more reckless. Your long should have probably been like 92.8. I think if you had 91.5, more often than not, like if you try to take that thousands of times, you're going to lose more than you win. But 92.8 is like easy money mathematical retracement. So yeah, like 91.5, a little bit reckless, probably a negative, like a net negative ROI. 92.8 if you really wanted to take it. All right. Corolla Lover says, am I crazy or my analysis says we can potentially go back to 60, 70K? You're crazy for not watching the highlights and asking questions like that. Get caught up. Yes, in a way you are crazy. Um, 92.8 is 618. Exactly. Golden pocket. Guy Bice says that as I heard it before, I have to say I tried to catch the falling knife at 2,900-ish on ETH and got destroyed hard. That's okay. Look, if you go back and look at old replays, I've tried doing that too, catching the knife. That's why I have 3 fingers left, chat. Yeah, if you could see my hands, I got 3 fingers left because I cut all the other fingers off trying to catch knives. Yeah, this is one of the reasons why I really say, hey, watch out for blind limits. Yeah, but the OGs and the veterans will tell you, man, like, we have these moments every couple of months where people put blind limits and it just nukes through. Yeah. God's Panda says, I missed yesterday stream and I don't remember getting an alert. Yeah, make sure that you follow the Twitter. There's 2 layers of failure. So you've got the Discord, where you can do just notifications for stream alerts. And we have the Twitter account as well. All right. And it's not too late to get caught up on the highlights from yesterday. So I would definitely recommend doing that, God's Panda. Yeah. Sick James, let's go. Coke Zero says we had them. That's why we don't take knives anymore. Yeah. Yeah. But everybody learns from those mistakes. So. Manako says I have CME levels, but if I want to trade on MEXC, I can't trade CME because price is different for limit. How can I do? You redo the TA. Yeah, you need to have TA and levels for CME, Coinbase, Binance, and Bybit. Alrighty. Let's go. God's Panda says, I have to leave again and bring my wife to the OBGYN having another baby. Hey, congratulations. Go, 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 go. We'll be here when you get back. Joy. Coke Zero says, would you take a long setup after structure change, creating a higher low and holding golden pocket? Well, make sure you get caught up, Coke Zero. But if I were to take a long, it's a gap fill and go. Okay? I'm gonna just play it by the book, man. For it to be really bullish, I would want the whole RTH gap to close. So, I would, I think this level has to get tapped and then go. So I would prefer something more like that. If we leave this like that, oh man, we're coming back later to clean it, right? So yeah, it's inconclusive. We just had the first 30-minute candle close. The markets are trying to digest what happened over the weekend. You know, people are placing bets. So yeah, if anybody is like trying to conclude that it's bullish or bearish, I think you're getting got. Let's go. Episode says, hey, another missed long. Fuck. What are you doing, Episode? That's okay. Exclamation rewind. I thought I made it so fucking clear where people could long, but that's okay. At the end of the day, I'm never going to be able to, we're never going to, some people miss the long because they have other shit they had to do. Like taking their kids to school or whatever. Some people missed it purely because you had like a subconscious bearish bias. Some people missed it purely because they didn't rewind or watch the stream highlights. Yeah. But that's okay. There's always another trade. Do you want to talk about where you could scalp long or scalp short next? It's already planned out. I would assume if you don't know, you just got to rewatch the Thursday, Friday highlights again. You're watching, but you're not really understanding, I think. Yeah, but in my opinion, you gotta, you just gotta be prepared. Jingo says, well, I think a lot of people were scared by the RTH must be filled. RTH doesn't have to be filled, Jingo. So, yeah, if I don't know what people are listening to, Jingo. This is a game of probabilities. So, you need to have a if it doesn't get filled and if it does get filled. Yeah, but there is no such thing as it has to do this. Yeah, and they just gotta listen better, Jingal. Yeah, I mean, those are probably the type of people that, will be like, what do you mean you're in a long? It's one of those things where, like, ideally you guys have nerded out on RTH. You spent a couple weeks and months. You had all weekend to prepare for the RTH play, right? It's not that difficult to understand that it can fulfill, it can partial fill, and it doesn't even have to open an RTH gap, right? If you go back and listen to what I said be prepared for a partial fill, a full fill, a loss, and or if it doesn't even go into the gap. So that's probably just bad preparation and planning. Yeah. Yeah, but I don't, especially if you've been watching me last week and the week before, I have an inflection point where it says above that bullish, below that bearish. And you know, hopefully people learn from their mistakes from last week and how quickly you have to adapt. But yeah, that was all in the morning preparation, so yeah, that's okay. Jingao says, I think I misunderstood because it can be revisited much later. Yeah, that's okay, Jingao. Yeah. But it's also like, it's your subconscious bias. If you're pussyfooting and you're scared to long, your brain is going to take whatever I said and convert it into whatever your brain wants it to be. So that's why at the end of the day, you got to know what you're doing. You know what I mean? I don't know if people are paying attention, but you know, as soon as it broke above RTH, this gap, that's a market smash long. Just like how, you know, last week and the week before, you know, if it loses settlement or if it regains settlement, it's a market long or a market short. Yeah. So, if anything, it's just, you know, it's your own subconscious messing with you. You know, you were too scared. You wanted a reason to wait. You know, you wanted a reason to tell you that you weren't left behind and you could still get a really good entry, right? It's your own brain. It's your own brain playing tricks on you. So. Yeah, but you need to have a plan, and I don't know where you were the last 2-3 weeks, but you should have a plan and say, this is my inflection point. Above, bullish. Below, bearish. Isn't that what we've been doing all week, all month, all of January, really? Yeah, so maybe some people got to start off Monday realizing, wow, I'm actually not prepared as I thought I was. Or I need to do a better job of finding my own inflection points. Let's see here. Glitch says, since you're getting off soon, I'm going to rewatch the whole thing. Okay, yeah. I mean, it's pretty simple, brother. We were talking about like 92 has to hold. I mean, I don't know if a lot of people just didn't really watch highlights or, I mean, this is all pretty pixel perfect, chat. We drew this fib on Wednesday. This is how you know, like, it's a different computer, because I don't even have any of this shit. So 886, golden pocket. Okay, it's already beyond that. So I don't know how people like missed longs, but yeah, we talked about all of this already. So yeah, if anything, you know, it's just another day to kind of figure out what you want to do better. Yeah, but anyways, Rhea Johnson, you are not an idiot. Alrighty? But what I want to do is, you know, turn you boys into men and send you off to war so you can fight your own battles. Alright? So yeah, let me know if you have any questions, Rhea. So as of right now, RJ, for example, are you looking for a short or are you looking for a long? I'll tell you setups for both if you want. I don't think it's that hard. Do you have access to the YouTube VIP so you can look at boot gamma levels as they change throughout the day? Because they will. All right. But Rhea Johnson, tell me if you're bullish or bearish and what levels you're looking at to think about longing or shorting, what edge you want, and I can critique it. Rhea Johnson, let me get you set up, my boy. Yeah, you want to do that, Rio Johnson? Why don't you tell me what levels you like to the downside, what levels you like to the upside for a possible scalp long and for a possible scalp short? And do you want to talk about some edge? Rio Johnson, we could do that. Right off the bat, do you understand that this is a little bit of a smaller time frame resistance? Do you have any questions about the way that we left the RTH gap? Revs QQ says, one thing I fumbled was not having spot orders that low to pick up yesterday on alts. That's okay. You're probably going to have another shot. Insistent says, no, sir, I don't. Okay, let me know. Rio Johnson says, at this point, I think I'm best sitting out until another short opportunity. Okay, so you don't want to be too biased like that. I want you to be ready for a long, and I want you to be ready for a short. Okay? What I always tell people is, you remember in like high school debate class, you never knew if the teacher would make you argue against something or for, so you had to be prepared for both. That's exactly what trading is. You gotta be objective. Part of being objective, I think, is having a plan for a long and a short. So you are conceding that, hey, this could be bullish. Hey, this could be bearish. Okay? But let's just focus on one thing right now. You said that you're going to sit out until you have another short opportunity. Okay, well, let's think about levels. Do you understand that this is a naked point of control right here? Okay, so this is first level of resistance. Okay, you can also pull fibs. Hopefully you're pulling fibs. Okay, your 6.6 and 6.18 is up here. So any of this, any of this is an area that you would be looking to see, is there a reason to short? Okay, you got mathematical, you got volume, and you got TPO imbalances. Okay, so you've identified a zone where you might think about taking a short. Now, why would you take a short? Well, maybe because you have a hidden CVD bear div. Okay, you would want some sort of structural edge, whether it's a failed auction, changing of, structure, swing fail, whatever. Do you want S&P confluence, right? Obviously, if you're going to short Bitcoin, you're shorting S&P. If you're longing Bitcoin, you're longing S&P. I hope everybody understands that. All right. So there's a bunch of more naked untapped point of controls. Like this is an area where you might want to think about shorting. Okay. You don't just blindly short because you think it's going to dump. You need data to tell you. Sounds good, Ria Johnson? And then obviously, do you want to fill all of the gap if you're bearish? Or do you want to leave it? Settlement is right at the gap. Okay? So in my opinion, Ria Johnson, if I was looking for a short, I do not want it to go up to settlement because for me, getting into settlement means we're going to go to all-time high. We're going to rotate to the other side of value like this. Lost value, got back inside. If you don't stay below point of control, you're going to get there. And then once you're there, you're going to just start a domino cascade of all the stop loss hunts. So, Ria Johnson, you've got maybe 1 or 2 short setups coming up, okay? Anticipate the levels, anticipate edge, and if you have enough edge that you like, then take it. Okay, otherwise, we'll see you at like 107. Does that make sense, Ria Johnson? Brand Sora says, what about a long setup? It would be the same thing. So levels to the downside. We don't get bullish on penetration. We get bullish on retest. So if you were looking at this, and you can see previous resistance gets flipped into support, then I probably wouldn't do anything until here. And then what is that on Fibonacci? So swing low, swing high. What a fucking coincidence, this golden pocket. I mean, I don't really know what to tell y'all. Like, this is all just math, man. So what did we just do? We just identified a level. Okay? Now, would you put blind limits there? Fuck no. What are you going to be doing if it pulls back? You're going to be looking to see if a hidden CVD bull div is there, right? You just had all of this bull div. See this? What is this? What is that? How sick would it be if you get this and this completely nukes? What is that? So if you get hidden CVD bull div, a whole shit ton of longs stopped out, and even more shorts piling in there, I mean, why would we not long that? Your invalidation is here anyways. It's structure change, right? If it's bullish, it's got to be able to hold. So your invalidation would be structure change. Okay? You just have to understand that if you do come all the way back, and guess what? By the way, VWAP is there too. So look. So if this slowly creeps up and then in like a couple of, maybe it's like swing fail. I mean, isn't that something to be aware of and think about? So it depends on, what your bias is and what you're looking for. But I could do that all fucking day. I could anticipate, we could pull fibs. And the thing is I'm not going to be privy to the data that you guys have later on. I don't know if there's going to be top longs that come in or not. And maybe it doesn't and it just keeps going. Maybe there's a whole bunch of top longs that end up coming in and it does do a little bit of a pullback. I don't know if there's going to be bottom shorts or a hidden bull div that actually shows up here. We might go back and actually clean this tomorrow. We might do a gap fill tomorrow. So identify levels, watch the data as it goes up or down, and then make a reasonable, logical decision on if you actually have a reason to long or not. That's it. All right. But Rhea Johnson, if I have the edges that I want, structural edge, open interest, CVD, S&P, and it's reacting the way that I like at a level that I have identified, I'm in that long, I'm in that short. You understand, Rio Johnson? So that being said, do you have a specific question on where you might want to long or where you might want to short? Do you have questions about data? Talk to me. Studio says, you make trading seem easy because it's not that hard to prepare and plan, in my opinion. I think the preparation, easy. Identifying levels, easy. Anticipating edge, easy. You know what the hard part is? You're juicing on the trade and you don't want to stop it out. You don't want to get stopped out, break even. That part's hard, right? Your trade is in a little bit of a red and you don't want to realize the loss. So you're going to move your stop loss and maybe it'll do a swing fail and you can get saved. That part is difficult. But identifying a volume profile, easy. A swing fail level, easy. A bad low, a bad high, easy. Looking for a CVD divergence, easy. Being patient, easy. The hardest part is managing that bitch after you get in it and not being so greedy or stubborn. McKellum says taking profits and sticking to the plan hard. Exactly. Yup. Yeah, so just doing the right thing. I think this is a valid area where you might want to shave a little bit and TP a little bit. It's simple. If we get above settlement, I would be looking for, higher, all-time high. Ideally, if you want a pullback, you don't close the whole gap. All right. So you've got a couple of things. I mean, don't just get caught up on Bitcoin gap, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Make sure that you're watching this. Okay. Like, again, these are things that we've been talking about and looking at, but all right. ES has a zone. All right. So remember, everything that we talked about. This is ES. I mean, you either have those levels from weeks ago or not, right, chat? So what would make it bullish for ES? What would make it bearish for ES, right? And I've been talking all day about levels. You guys have those ES1 levels? Because if you don't have those levels, it's already fucking you. Right? But we've had these levels since last week. This is ES. All right. Should be no surprises, chat. All right. Wait, what are these levels? Come on. Cachoya. Okay, this is ES. All right. No surprises, chat. All right. So, easy money, Bugatti money, ladies and gentlemen. Math is the math, okay? 100x says useless lines. Yeah. I mean, it's straightforward. Just don't overcomplicate it, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, this is, you know what I mean? Ka-cha! Schwiggity schwaggity, yo. I don't have Sato. I don't have any of that. I don't have any of the overlays. All right. So, I will see you guys bright and early tomorrow. You know what it is. Let's go. Longers, I'm rooting for you. Shorters, I'm rooting for you. Bulls, bears, we're all lions. Have a great day. Have a great night. I'll see you guys bright and early. Young soon, he reaving.